In this segment of the video, we will discuss the specific dishes, which are those sprouts. This part is the most critical part because the core of the entire system is these sprouts. All right, let's take a closer look at these sprouts, which are right here in this menu item, these sprouts. Let's go back for a moment and take a closer look at those dishes. You can just keep scrolling down like this. Yes, after looking through all of these different dishes, okay, or we can check to see if there are any appetizers or something else like that. Here, it only seems to show various duck dishes. Take a look at the various lamb dishes as well. When I click on that category, whatever dishes are under this category will be displayed right here on the screen. Yes, for example, if I click on this curry category, it will show all these different types of flavorful curries. Okay, that specific curry right there. For that specific curry dish, for example, if it comes with a side of rice, then you enter it right here. For example, for plain rice, you enter plain rice here in Chinese. This one comes with fried rice or French fries. Then you enter one here. This means you can only select just one item from the list and then you proceed to activate it. This means that this product has optional items available and then we save it. Okay, let's go back and take another quick look here. Here, let's go into more detail about what each of these options represents and exactly how we should fill in the relevant information. All right, next I'll give you a specific example to help everyone understand the process much better. Curry prawns have a dish number. Usually these dishes all have a number, which is to make it easier for the waitstaff to take orders or for customers to order. If a customer says, "I want number 38, then that's number 38. Number 39 is the curry chicken dish, and so on. Also, there is its display order to consider, meaning the curry chicken is listed at the top while the curry duck is at the bottom. This depends on your numbering system. If you want to move the curry duck to the front, just change its number to 85 and it will be listed closer to the top. Yes, this is the English name and this is the Chinese name. Also, this product will be printed on the kitchen order when the order is placed. Where will it be printed? If you leave this field blank, it will go to the default printer, which is that main default printer. So you don't need to fill this in here. Okay, this dish belongs to... May I ask which category you are referring to? Which specific directory? Which category of product do you mean? Okay, got it. This dish belongs to the curry category. Now, the system will ask you another question here. Does this product need to be subject to value-added tax? Well, usually there is value-added tax and other similar items also have value-added tax. But if this dish in particular does not have value-added tax, then you just need to check this box, which means that this dish does not require value-added tax. All right, that's done. Now, this is a set meal. For instance, let's use this specific set meal as our example. Let's use this for understanding. This is an entertainment set meal. Why do we need to take the time to specifically indicate that it's a set meal? Because when the set meal is automatically printed out and sent to the kitchen, the individual items and contents of the set meal can be printed together. So if you mark it as a set meal here, it will also print out all the contents of the set meal. All right. Okay, now for this one. Is it possible to get a discount on this? All right, that would be great. Now, when you are ready to check out, if you happen to say that the whole entire bill should get a 10% discount, that simply means a 10% off, right? So generally speaking, a 10% off discount usually applies to absolutely all of those items on your list. Normally, everything can get a 10% discount, but if you mark here that this item can't be discounted, usually things like alcoholic beverages, then those items won't get a discount. Usually, alcoholic drinks don't get discounts. All right, then this item won't be discounted. All of these items will be discounted unless an item is marked as non-discountable, in which case it won't receive a discount. Now, this here is an add-on code, which means that originally the items listed here are usually individual food dishes. Yes, that is correct. But if it's marked as an ingredient here, it means those are specific codes for extra add-ons. For example, adding duck sauce, adding some prawns, or making the dish a little bit more spicy, things like that. If it's an add-on code or an ingredient, once you select and mark it as such, it will automatically be categorized as an ingredient. To put it another way, it changes from being a main dish to simply an ingredient. All right, let's take a look back here. For this particular dish, this specific hot combo and the platter, when exactly are they available? Are they only served during the lunch hour, or maybe only during the early bird specials? Or are they perhaps only available at dinner time? Because some dishes aren't available at lunchtime and are only served in the evening. In that case, you really need to mark it accordingly. For example, this one is only available in the evening, not during the day. All right, so let's think about this dish. Regarding the hot combo, when exactly is this mixed platter available? By default, it's available every day, unless you choose to specify a different schedule otherwise. For example, you might say, this dish isn't available on Fridays and Saturdays because we're too busy, so we only offer it at the beginning of the week. All right, as soon as you come in, you will see that this special dish is only available on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. That means if you try to order this appetizer on a Friday or a Saturday, it simply won't be on the menu. You won't be able to see this dish. That's right. You won't see this dish because it is only available at the beginning of the week. Now, regarding this duck roll, well, today they are out of duck, so the duck roll simply cannot be sold. But perhaps your restaurant has a few staff members and maybe one of them might not be paying close attention. After hearing that the duck roll is unavailable, they might just forget about it. So, to prevent this kind of situation from happening, you can change a dish that is normally visible to a hidden status. As soon as you go into the appetizers section, if you check this specific dish, it will no longer be visible to anyone. In other words, those staff members won't be able to select this dish anymore. Now, about the price of this dish. The regular or standard price is £5, and you can set the price for a large portion at £8. The small portion is £4. This special discounted rate refers to certain specific time periods throughout the day. For example, during the early bird morning hours or the lunchtime rush, some of our dishes have special prices. Or during promotional periods and similar times, the regular standard price is £5, but during the discount period, it becomes just £4. The larger size portion is also only £5, and the small portion is exactly £3 each, so the normal prices are £5, £8, and £4. When it enters the specific discount period, in the special price column on the screen, it changes to this new price. The discounted price applies specifically during that designated time slot. For example, you can define the time yourself, such as from 12 o'clock to 2 o'clock in the afternoon being the lunch period. The early bird period is from 5 to 6 o'clock. That is to say, if you define these time slots, you can offer special prices. During lunchtime, this dish will be a bit cheaper, and if you order during the early bird period, these dishes will also be a bit cheaper.